Solway, but ebbs like its tide. And now I come with this lost love of mine, to lead but one measure, drink one cup of wine. There are maidens in Scotland more lovely by far, that would gladly be bride to the young Lochinvar. Okay, so he's replying to the father's question and saying that I long wooed your daughter. Okay, for a very long time, I I tried to gain the love of your daughter, or for long I have dated her, to speak in your terms, okay, or for long I have been her lover for a very long time, okay, and he has very for so long he's tried to woo her, he's tried to make her marry him, but even though the daughter was won over, the daughter fell in love with him, but my suit you denied. Okay, my suit means my proposal for marriage. Okay, you as her father were the one who denied my proposal for marrying your daughter. Okay, love swells like the Solway. Okay, so Solway is what? It is the inlet. Remember we talked about the river. There was another river, the river Eske, okay, which flows into the ocean. The inlet is Solway. Okay, the ocean inlet is Solway, which then goes on and joins the ocean. Okay, so this is actually a sea inlet that forms part of the borders between Scotland and England. So he's saying that like the Solway, which is a sea inlet, obviously when water is flowing more and when water is flowing less, there is a difference in the size of that inlet, okay, in the size of that water body. So it swells like the Solway. Love swells like the Solway means just like the Solway, when there is a lot of water flowing in, it will rise, okay, or it grows. Okay, so my love for your daughter is like the Solway when it is growing. Okay, but ebbs like its tide. Okay, so it can grow, my love can grow like the Solway when there is a lot of water, but it can also ebb, or it can fall to a lower level. Okay, when the water is moving away, this inlet becomes smaller, or the rivers become smaller, the water bodies become smaller. So just like that, love can grow like when there is a lot of water and water bodies grow, and it can also be ebb like the tide. Okay, that means when the tide is high and the sea is moving, all the water flows into the sea, so there's not a lot of water left in the Solway. Okay, so love can be both. Okay, it can grow, and at the same time it can also diminish, or it can also go away. Okay, and now I am come with this lost love of mine. So there was a lot of love between me and your daughter, but the moment that you denied my suit, the moment that you decided to let your daughter marry someone else instead of me, that grown love that was as large as the Solway, it became very, very small. Okay, it ebbed away. And he says that, and now I have come, now I have come here with this lost love of mine. I am well aware that I have lost her. I am aware that she is going to marry someone else. I am aware that my love is lost. Okay, so he's aware of that. He says, to lead but one measure, drink one cup of wine. Okay, so what I have not come here for peace or for war or for creating any disturbances. I have just come here to join in this bridal party. Okay, I have come here to lead but one measure. To lead means to dance. Okay, to dance with her for one dance. Okay, to spend some time with them and drink one cup of wine to celebrate with you all. So my purpose of coming here is not for anything else. Do not threaten me. Okay, because I come in peace. I've just come here to celebrate with the bridal party, to drink one cup of wine. There are maidens in Scotland far more lovely by far. So now he's saying that I don't have to keep being sad about your daughter, or I don't have to come and steal her away, because in Scotland there are so many more beautiful women who are ready at any moment to marry me, because obviously Lochinvar is a very well known, renowned, great hero of war. Okay, so he's trying to tell them that even if I don't get your daughter, it's okay, because back in Scotland I have so many women who are ready to marry me. Okay, and they are much more lovelier than this daughter that you have here. Okay, they are more lovely by far. That means they are much more beautiful than Ellen, that would gladly be the bride to the young Lochinvar. So there are so many women there who would gladly, they would be very, very happy to become my bride and to become my wife. So why should I fight for her who has already, consented to marry someone else? He's trying to reason with them. Okay, so what has happened in these two paragraphs? The first paragraph, the third paragraph correctly. Okay, so the third paragraph, Lochinvar has reached Netherby Hall, and the father of the bride, or Ellen's father, is asking him what is the purpose behind his visit. Okay, and what does Lochinvar say? He says that he has not come to create any trouble. He says that he did love the daughter, or he did love Ellen a lot, but just as it grew, it also went away very quickly because his proposal was denied. And he says that he has just come to celebrate with the bridal party, and there are so many women who are ready to marry him in Scotland, so he does not worry about that. And he's just come here to celebrate for one last time. Okay, to celebrate with them one last time is his purpose, he says. All right, now let's move on to the next line, lines 25 to 30. So obviously, Ellen is still in love with Lochinvar. Now, when she hears these words that, Lochinvar talking about how his love has gone for her, that his love is lost, okay, of about so many women who are ready to marry him, she will not be happy. Okay, she is not happy to hear all that. So, but she cannot show it because, her bridegroom is standing right there. So what she does is that the bride kissed the goblet, the knight took it up. He quaffed off the wine and he threw down the cup. She looked down to blush and she looked up to sigh, with a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye. He took her soft hand, her mother could bar. Now tread we a measure, said young Lochinvar. Alright, so what has happened? So she's upset, but she cannot show it. So what she does is that, she has to have some way to express her love for him. So what she does is that she takes up a goblet. What is a goblet? Sort of like a drinking cup with a base. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's very famous with our Harry Potter and everything. Okay, so it sort of looks like a wine glass. Okay, that is the structure, but it's not glass as such. It's made of metal. So she took up a goblet, okay, filled with wine, and she kissed the goblet. Okay, she kissed the goblet, she kissed the cup, and she gave it to the knight. Who is the knight? Lochinvar is the knight, right? Lochinvar is the knight. So she kissed the goblet as a symbol of her love, and she gave it to him. Okay, sort of like, that is a very, very sly way to kiss your lover in public. Okay, she cannot kiss him directly, so she's kissing the cup and giving it to him, expecting that he would also maybe kiss it. But what he does is that the knight took it up. So he took that glass from her, he quaffed off the wine. That means he drank the wine completely, very, very quickly. Quaffed means drinking something very quickly, a large amount of liquid very quickly. So the entire cup in one go he finished drinking it off. Okay, he quaffed off the wine. All right, and he threw down the cup. Now look at that, he did not kiss it, he did not give it any respect. What did he do? As soon as he got the cup, he just drank it and he threw the cup away. Obviously, what will be Ellen's reaction? She was even more upset to see that. All right, she looked down to blush. Okay, so she was upset by this, so she looked down. She cannot show her emotions. All right, so she looked down to blush. Okay, so that usually blushing is something that happens when you are shy with the lover. Something romantic is happening, that is when you blush. But blushing can also be in another way. The meaning that we can get here is that she was ashamed she was shy and she was ashamed because she did such a brave thing by kissing the cup, and she expected him to reciprocate, but he did not. He threw away the cup. So she reacted by, she looked down. She did not say a word, probably because she was not allowed to. So she looked down and her face became all red. Blushing means the color of her face changed. Okay, so her face became red, and she looked up to sigh. And then she looked down, her face became red, and then she looked up once more, and she let out a sigh, that taking a long audible breath, like saying sort of like that, because it is an expression of sadness. It can also be an expression of relief, but here we can say that it is an expression of sadness, because suddenly she felt like maybe what he's saying is true. She had a very, very vague feeling that maybe he's lying to these people when he says that he does not love her anymore, and that's why she tested it by giving him that cup. But when he threw down the cup, she realized that he has really come to celebrate. He does not have any plan and he does not love her anymore. So she was sad. and she looked up to sigh. She looked up, she looked down, her face became red, and she looked back up again to let out a sigh of sadness. Okay, with a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye. So obviously she cannot show her emotions. So again, she, on her face there is a smile. Okay, but it's not a happy smile. Why? Because there is tears in her eyes. She's very sad. With a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye, he took her soft hand. Her mother could not bar. Okay, so she was looking at him in a very, very sad manner, because she felt like, this man does not love me anymore, and she was sad. But at that very moment, he came near her and he took her soft hand. He held her hand. Her mother could her mother could bar. Okay, her mother could bar means, her mother, before, means before. So before her mother could prevent it, okay, he quickly held her hand before her mother could react in any way. Now tread we a measure, said young Lochinvar. Okay, so let's walk for a little bit, he says. Okay, and he took her hand and he started walking very, very slowly in a very, very casual manner. Okay, so I think we'll stop here, because we have 3 more paragraphs left, which we'll do tomorrow. Okay, so the drill is the same. Why I'm stopping here is because I want you to paraphrase the last 3 paragraphs that we discussed. That means from line 13 to line 30. Line 30. So 13 to 30. So there are a lot of lines there. Please make sure that you paraphrase this today itself, so that tomorrow you'll have more lines to paraphrase. Please use this hour itself to do the work, so that you don't waste any other time. Okay, I don't want you to waste your precious time doing my homework and then feeling all overworked and everything. So please try and complete it today. If you can't, it's okay. It's better if you do it today, because you'll remember listening to this lecture and you'll be able to easily do it. So please try and complete it within this hour. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's class. Thank you.